Strap yourself in
because we're set up, switched on and ready to go.
You are watching and listening to Chris and Leicester LTIDtv on YouTube and your favourite podcasts.
England! England!
Looking back through the years, we can't hold back the tears and the fears. We gotta be what we can be, 'cause we can write a new history, yeah. So we on Kane, Sterling, we believe we wear the Lions heart on our sleeves. So we are England through and through. Come on England, we love you.
LTIDtv, your first choice for everything Leicester City. Tune in and join in now.
And now, here's your host.
Right, Chris.
This is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
And it's live.
Hello, good evening, welcome along. This is Leicester Till I Die TV. I went into David Frost mode then a little bit, didn't I? Hello, good evening and welcome. It's the Women's Euros. We kick off in about 13 minutes with England taking on Austria. This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Please do what it says down there. There we go. And subscribe to the channel if you are watching us on YouTube. If you're not and you're on Facebook or Twitter, nip over to YouTube, Leicester Till I Die TV, and give us a like and a follow and a subscribe. Like I say, this is the Women's Euros. What I know about women's football, you can write on the back of a postage stamp. I'm not going to lie, but I've got somebody who is the fountain of all knowledge when it comes to women's football. Well, so she told me anyway. Louise, good evening. How are you?
I'm really good, thanks. How are you?
Not so bad. Looking forward?
Yes, very much so. Obviously, the kick-off of the tournament as well as England's campaign, and it's always important to get off to a good start in any tournament. So,
Yes.
fingers crossed for tonight.
I know. I'm actually, it's at home and it's football, and we've probably got a better chance of winning this than the men did. But first of all, I mean, we're going to go through the team in a minute, but the manager. Last time the Euros were around, she was managing the winners, Netherlands.
That's right, yeah.
She's come over to manage England, taking over obviously from Phil Neville. I mean, that's got to be good for us, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, winners hopefully breed winners, and the knowledge that she's got from obviously winning the last tournament can only benefit England. They've had a really good qualifying tournament, done really well in the friendlies, so everything's positive going into this tournament. And it's not always been that way for the England women's side. You know, they haven't always been the best, but they are now. They're one of the best in the world, and they've got to go into this tournament believing truly that they can win it.
I mean, it wasn't so long ago. In fact, it was probably about a week or so ago. We actually beat the current holders, Netherlands, 5-1 after going behind.
Yeah. Again, a great result to come into the tournament, but it was just a friendly, and the Netherlands may have been kind of testing the waters a little bit. But again, confidence is so important, and that's what I love about this England side, is that they have got that now, and there's no reason why they can't go on and do really well in this tournament.
No, indeed. I'm just having a look. I mean, obviously, we didn't have to qualify because we were the hosts, but I mean, looking at just some past results, and obviously the one that does stick out, going back to November last year, 20-0 against Latvia. Now, it was a World Cup qualifier, and we say this with the men's game as well, that sometimes, you understand that these smaller nations want to play the bigger nations. You get it, but does that come off that, like we said last night on the preview, England didn't give up. They could have stopped at 5. They could have stopped at 10. They didn't. They went all out. But if you're a Latvian player, I mean, you must come off that pitch thinking, why am I bothering?
Yeah, I mean, the gap between the lesser nations in the women's game and the top nations is bigger to me than it is in the men's side.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, you're not going to be happy coming off losing 20-0, obviously. But at the same time, the only way those teams are going to get better is by playing better teams. But the money needs to be there with their FAs as well. And that's part of the problem. The women's game isn't priority in those countries because they don't have the money to give to it. And the FA and UEFA and FIFA are all trying to kind of level that playing field a bit. But that's just going to take time.
Yes, yeah. James, good evening. Thank you very much, dude. He says hit the like and subscribe. And Helen, the big Liverpool fan, popping in. Good evening, Helen. How the devil are you? Thanks for joining us. Like you say, I do this with the men's as well, so not just sort of with the women's, but I'm a great believer in those clubs, those countries like the Latvias and, the Luxembourgs. We beat them 10-0. North Macedonia, we beat them 8-0. They should be in a group of their own, maybe. And they've then got a chance because of the winners of that group or the top 2 of those groups get into the final. And it gives them sort of something to look at, something to look forward to. And losing 20-0 in a qualifying game, surely if they get to a final, all right, they lose 20-0, but they've still got that experience and then they've got that goal, no pun intended, but that goal to aim for.
Yeah, and that's it. Like the goal is to get better. Like that's what they have to do. It's really difficult because you don't want to make it unfair on the top nations because if the bottom nations are all playing each other, that means the top ones have to as well. Then you're going to get, essentially, you want the best teams in the tournament.
I get that you do want to see the best teams, but what I love about, maybe it's because as an England fan, I don't see us winning that often, but what I like to see is the smaller teams, if it's the Premier League, and I'd love to have seen Luton Town come up this season, and if it's sort of, international football, yes, the North Macedonians occasionally popping through.
On the men's side, I do think, Greece winning the Euros, that was a shock. So shocks do happen, especially I think more in the Euros than the World Cup, obviously. But it's so difficult because for the women's game to grow, people have got to watch it, and they're only going to watch it if the best team's playing. So for the game as a whole, it's just so difficult.
I do honestly get what you were saying. I mean, just watching now. I know you've got it on there as well. I mean, the atmosphere looks amazing. The smoke everywhere. It must be great. And I was listening to the England manager earlier, and she said it's going to be so different this year because we're coming out to packed stadiums.
Yeah. And that's, I think, partly why England got the tournament in the first place, because there is a want for women's football in this country. Old Trafford is sold out tonight, and they want to watch women's football, and that's only again positive for the tournament.
Indeed. Let's have a look at the teams. Bring the teams up. Any surprises there for you?
Not really. No. I think that's pretty much the side I thought was gonna start the game. Yeah. It's a long tournament, or hopefully at least for England, it's a long tournament. So there are players that are missing that probably might have thought they'd play tonight, but they're going to obviously have plenty of games to play in, and that's what you need. You need a squad. And I'm just hearing the noise for the teams coming out, and it's crazy.
I am sure. Oh, they're literally just setting off for me, so it may be a
little bit in front. Yes.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, don't worry. I mean, we never get it dead on in these streams. at all. You know, it's I'm watching it through a stick. You know, Amazon, whatever they call. I can't remember what they call them now. But yeah, you know the ones I mean.
Yeah, I'm watching it with my Skybox, so.
Oh, yeah, they literally are now just walking up. They're about to get to the front of the flag, I think. We're there or thereabouts, you know.
Yeah, I think we're about the same. We're
Yes.
just lining up, getting ready to sing.
I mean, I'm just looking there at some of the Austrian players, huge grins on their face.
Yeah, I mean, to kick off any tournament is huge, but when you get in sold out stadiums, and especially somewhere like Old Trafford, you know, everyone knows Old Trafford, or across Europe know Old Trafford. They know the stadium and the history it has.
Yes.
So yeah, not surprised by the grins and the happy faces that are going on.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, like you say, everybody's heard of Old Trafford. They all know it. Andrew, I'm not going to put that comment up. I'm sorry. Mike, good evening. Yeah, come on, Austria. That's going to be your team because Wales aren't there. That's going to be your team, is it? Yeah, I'm going to have to watch what I say about Wales because if Rodri Giggs does come on, he's bigger than me, so I have to be very nice about Wales. But here they're just doing the anthems. Anybody there that you know? I couldn't write the name down quick enough earlier. Who they picked out as the one to watch from Austria?
I cannot remember who it was. There's some players that play in the Women's League here in England, so they're going to be your ones to look out for. The goalkeeper plays for Arsenal, so yeah, I'm not sure who the best Austrian players are, but yeah, there'll be a few that people all know.
Yeah. I mean, just going through there, the stats. England, I suppose we're cursing it now. England haven't lost in 14 matches. England have won the previous 3 matches against Austria, unbeaten in 9 home games. We're just asking for trouble here, aren't we?
Yeah, very much so.
I know when I do this with Josh for the games, he's going like, "Oh, you're just asking for trouble now. You really are." Dear. I need to get some face paint. That's the one thing I'm missing. It's some face paint. Although they appear to do stickers these days, which aren't as bad.
Yeah.
You just pull them off. Oh, we're playing in white. I don't know what it is. I do like England in red. That's our. You know, we won the World Cup in red. We've got we have white and
white though. I quite like the white.
I don't dislike it. Don't get me wrong. I just think we should have more red in there. You know, our colours
like
are
extreme or something. Yeah,
our colours are red and white. You know, but anyway, that's says he. I've got the one. I've got a blue England shirt and the grey England shirt from Euro '96.
My favourite England shirt is that grey one from Euro '96.
It's the best seller of all time, I believe, in England shirts.
I don't think it was just the shirt, though, was it? It was that time in kind of history as well. Like
no, apparently, when they designed that shirt, they designed that went for that colour, which was like it wasn't grey. There was an actual colour given to it, but it was because it went with denim jeans.
Oh, okay.
That is why I know that is why they went for it, you know. But they're just putting the team up now. It's Lucy Bronze. That's the one player I know. She's back there at right back. Mike says his team is Austria, Norway, Northern Ireland, and possibly North. Yeah, so I know it's sad, isn't it, when fans of these little countries, and have Wales even got a women's team, Mike? Oh, and then we got a Scotsman then comes in as says, "Come on, Austria." Honestly, you neighbours, the sooner we give you independence and get rid of you, the better. or even better, let's rebuild Hadrian's Wall. I mean, that to me, let's get Trump over and build a wall and stop the Scots coming down. And then we could always do one for Wales as well, but let's have a look. Oh, we're about to to kick off. I think they're just showing the Austrian team at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're getting in the hood.
I'm surprised how much I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, me too. Like I said, it's the whole lot. They're banging form. They're, like you said, not lost in 14 matches. They've got absolutely a manager who knows what she's doing.
Yes.
The squad is exciting. There's a lot of young players. They're getting a couple that are going to be in their first international tournament. The fact that it's in England, the fact that the stadiums have sold out, like it's all just so positive for the game and for England in particular.
Yes. Helen says, "Will England's women go further in the Euros than England's men in the World Cup?" Well, I think according to Louise and last night, England will go further in the Euros than England's men did in the Euros. I have screenshotted all that. I don't know what they're doing this. Please tell me they are not bringing the ball on with a car. Oh,
I think they just did.
I know I used to sell advertising, but my God, never miss an opportunity. The thing is, you can't even tell what car it is, can you? You know, but there we go.
That's true.
Mike says, yes, but our women's team are old. The younger teams, under 21, under 18, very promising. Sounds like excuses to me, mate. It really does. I don't know, is he signed for Chelsea? I know he'd agreed personal terms.
Yeah, I think it's going forward.
Is it right? Right. Sometimes you just need a Now, this is interesting. They are now just taking the knee, which I agree with. But Friday at 9 o'clock, the Friday debate show, do tune in because we are talking racism and homophobism as well, and whether things like this are sort of basically, have they made any difference is what we're talking about. That's Friday at 9 on this channel. So let's just wait and see. At the moment, it's all kicked off.
I think I'm a bit in front of you now. Come on.
I'm at 25 seconds.
Yeah, I'm a little ahead. I'm at 40.
Such is life.
Indeed.
I don't know whether we're going to get a live feed on this or not. Yes, we are. Yes, indeed, we are. So let me just refresh this. There we go. It would be nice to start off with a good performance as much as anything.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the result is important. All the results are, but performance is key. And if they put in a good performance, I think we'll win the game. So
yeah. Oh, it's a free kick to England. Memp, welcome along. Football is coming home. Like I say, as long as it's not being delivered by Amazon, because they can't get it to either of our neighbours if we're not in, because neither of the neighbours are there, Wales or Scotland. Here we go. So you are probably, like you say, you are a little bit ahead of me. Have we got a free kick specialist? Have we got a golden boots in our team?
Not that I'm aware of particularly, and judging on that one, it's probably not the case.
I don't need to watch it to see where that went then. Yeah,
not where they wanted it to go.
Yeah, nobody was really running onto it though, were they? But I suppose it's early days yet, you know.
Yeah, not even in 5 minutes yet.
Yeah. That grass looks good, doesn't it?
Yes, and that's the thing. Like it's just giving the women's game the same importance as the men's.
Yes,
and that's all they ask for is just to be treated equal. They're not asking for more. No. They're just asking for the same.
And fairness, so they should. I mean, I look at the women's game, and why shouldn't they get the same as the men?
Yeah.
You know, with Wimbledon, I get it because you could argue, well, women play 3 sets, men play 5, and the argument would be that they play more, therefore maybe they should get a little bit more money. But in these
But you
sort
can
of
also
sports,
argue that the women can play 5 sets. If that's the reason you're not paying them the same, let them play 5 sets.
oh yeah, no, I agree. Oh, I agree with that
Because what
totally.
is
You
he
know,
doing? You know, they're physically fit enough to play 5 sets, all of
yeah,
them. So let them
definitely.
play
they
5
are.
sets if that's the reason you're not paying them.
And let's face it, how many of these players and the women play doubles and mixed doubles as well? So they're probably playing as many sets, you know. Core Fighter, hello, how are you? Welcome along. Thank you for joining us. Along with Memp, I've not seen either of you before, so you're welcome along to the channel. Please give us a subscribe if you haven't already. And I've updated all the members benefits. There's bronze, silver, and gold. So if you want to be a gold member, behave, then you can do that. Yeah, that wasn't exactly the best impression, was it? Come on, England. We want a good result here. Pretty even start. Oh, saying that wasn't well controlled by England, but they managed to get it back because it was also not very well controlled. Oh my God, did you just see that? You must have done. What was that England defender doing?
It's going to be a long night if they're going to defend like that.
Tell me. I mean, we made the mistake which gave the ball to Austria. They made a mistake which gave it back to us. And then the defender just kicked it straight at an Austrian player in the box. So it's an Austrian corner, the first corner of the game, and it's Hanshaw that's going to take it. And it's cleared by White, I believe. And now England are on the break. Can they do anything with this? Oh, nice. Oh, what a lovely ball. Oh, that was badly controlled then. You have to remind ourselves watching this that the men do that as well. I don't like these people that come on and say, well, you see, women can't control the ball and all that. But guys, men, if you watch Leicester this season, you know how the men don't control the ball.
There's people want to put reasons just not to watch the women's game, which is fine. They don't have to watch it. Like, I'm not here to force anyone to watch it, but don't dismiss it. That's what makes me so angry. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. Just don't dismiss it, because these girls work as hard, if not harder, to have the careers that they have than the men do. So just give them a little credit for it. You know, just back off and leave them alone.
You know, you've got an off button on the telly. You know, it's Coronation Street, which is finished on the other side. You know, if that's your thing. Helen did say I thought she saw Maguire. Now, Helen. James said they've just got to calm it down. Understand there could be nerves involved. Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Sure. I mean, this is Louise. James agrees 100% with you. On that one, says spot on. I mean, this would probably be one of the biggest games that any of these girls have played in before. Yeah,
crowd-wise, sure.
Yeah,
no, they don't get this. You know, in the Women's Premier League, they don't get crowds anywhere near this size.
No. And it's good that they've turned out to watch it.
Yeah.
Mike says he's got his pizza for this. Love the women's major tournaments. To be honest with you, if you're a lover of football, then you've got to love whether it's England's men's, England's women's, under 19s, under whatever. You've got to, and Wales for you, Mike, obviously, and Scotland for Niall. You've got to enjoy. You know, sometimes it's nice to watch a game and just have no pressure on it.
Yeah.
You know, as in, you know, watching your own time. Mike says he's got his pizza for this. Oh, like I just read that out there. Have you got? Is it a pineapple one, Mike? Please don't tell me you're a pineapple on pizza fan. That's the devil's work. That's up there with fruit-flavoured ciders. It's pizza on...
I love both. I love pineapple on pizza and fruit flavoured cider.
No, you devil, no. If I paid you, that'd be your wages cut. No. I don't mind. I think as they did the day on the show, I don't mind the fruits of the forest cider, but it's just like drinking fizzy Vimto.
Yeah, that is the problem with it. It is just like drinking pop.
Yeah. My James said here, it's great to see how much the women's game has grown, and about time indeed. I'm not saying that, I'm not getting excited because I'm sort of an Alan Titmarsh fan or anything like that, but the grass is just looking amazing. And I don't know if you watch it at all, Louise, but on ITV4 they have classic matches from the 70s. How they managed to control the ball on some of those pitches. I mean, I don't know whether it was football or mud wrestling.
I can imagine, especially on the goal lines.
Yes. Oh. Please. Oh, defo not spicy chicken. Oh, spicy Chinese pizza. Oh.
Ooh.
Only in Wales, I think. Will we not just have margaritas or pepperoni these days? Anyway, England are on the break. I think they're just calming it down. We're coming up to 10 minutes played.
Yeah, I think that's what they need to do. Just get on the ball, keep it for a bit, and obviously make sure it goes to a white shirt.
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, we have already beaten them in the recently Austria, haven't we? 1-0.
Yeah, I think this system though is looking for a little more than a 1-0 win.
Yeah.
I think they're trying, obviously, to be on the front foot all the time, and that's great. But it has looked a bit dodgy at the back, so just need to be careful not to give anything too dangerous away.
Oh, actually, Helen, I thought you were being very cheeky then, Helen, when you said about Maguire. I thought you were saying that he should be playing in this team, but actually, he is in the crowd.
Oh, it's in the crowd.
Yeah, sorry, I just thought you were having a dig as a Liverpool fan, having a dig at Maguire, Helen. I do apologise. He is in the crowd.
Good, should be. All the England players should be.
Yeah, I think there might. I think there's a few. I may have heard that a few were going. Sold out game. That just sounds so good, doesn't it?
It really does. Because 5 years ago, even, they wouldn't be playing at Old Trafford because there's no way they would have got anywhere near filling it.
No. But so in 10 minutes gone, it's literally 50-50. Oh, just seen the replay on that. Do you think that was a penalty?
I'd have to see it again. I'm not sure. I don't think so.
I think I've seen them given. I have seen them given, in fairness, but yeah, they're saying here, Izzy Christensen, Everton and England midfielder. Austria have made a really bright start.
Yeah, they have. They've not looked. I mean, they've looked threatening, but I think that's as well because England haven't been very good defensively, but they can only do what they can do.
Indeed.
And yeah, if it's 50-50 possession, then they're doing okay.
Yeah. Oh, Mike.
I think both teams are trying to feel it out a bit.
Yes. I mean, all the pressure's on England because, it's at England. They've got the crowd behind them at Old Trafford. You know, we're one of the favourites going into it.
Yeah, there's an expectation on England to win this game and to go really far in this tournament. So I think Austria have got a bit more of a free pass than what England have, definitely. And that's,
Yes.
you know.
Spicy chicken with tandoori chicken, spicy peppers, jalapenos and mushrooms. If you can take it all off and just leave the mushrooms on, that'd be okay. My God, for somebody with heartburn, which I somebody with heartburn, which I am, Mike, that would be my worst nightmare. We've got a Southampton fan in. Good evening, Anthony. How are you? Don't judge everybody by your own standards, Anthony.
I know I'm trying to my head's like I'm watching tennis, not football.
Yeah. Mike Green says it was never a pen. I was like, just speaking with the Austrian hat on there. Have you got your lederhosen on as well, and you're slapping your legs and all that? Yeah, in fairness, Mike makes a good point there. Being a host is a dangerous game. And if you watch FIFA and UEFA or some of these videos that I've just been finding on YouTube, you know, quite often it's the hosts do well because maybe they've got a bit of an advantage, if you know what I'm saying. Not that I am accusing FIFA of being corrupt or anything like that, you know.
I will. If you won't, I will.
But there were some very, very interesting videos out there.
I'm sure
I'm a bit worried about us at the back. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, look good going forward. Still a bit unsteady at the back.
A bit too casual as well, do you think?
Yeah, I think just, again, they're going forward. They're trying to be on the front foot and they're just being a bit shaky at the back because of it. Yeah, I do think they just need to be careful because if they do go on a goal down, then...
Yes, yeah. When you didn't give Austria much hope in this group, I'm not putting any pressure on your choices at all, but... of course, the other game in the group, Norway versus Northern Ireland, is at Southampton. It's down the road from me at 8 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah, I think they can't watch that one as well. Give that a watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you are ahead of me. Let's have a look. What's... Oh, yes. Oh, yes. What a goal. What?
Great goal.
Has it been given? Yes.
It has. Yeah.
Playing on then. Oh, England. England, we have scored. No, Mike. Oh, it's a goal. And where has my goal celebration gone? Here we go. England 1, Austria 0. That was over the line. That was almost like a John Terry against Germany.
Yeah.
It was a lovely chip, in fairness.
She just kept her cool, you know, that's what all she needs to do in that situation.
Yes.
To have the kind of mind to chip it and not try and go low or good goal.
I thought the Austrian goalkeeper, did not think she could have actually just jumped for it. It went over her and she just, her hands didn't even go up.
Again, maybe just not expecting it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I was going to say maybe it was that. Yeah, that's a great start. Look at them cheering. Well done, ladies. Well done. I think we should play it again. Here we go. I'd like to thank Mike for modelling for that jingle.
We've got a goal check.
Oh, it's looked to be over the line.
It was over the line.
Mike's so far behind. That's just Wales, Mike. Everybody in Wales is behind. Uberproof.
Yeah, it's been given.
I mean, surely her phone would have wobbled. A watch, I mean, would have wobbled. Didn't it do that?
I believe that's how they work it. Yeah, it definitely is in the men's game because you see them looking at the wrist all the time. So I'm assuming it's the same for the women.
Mike says, lucky goal. Ha 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 ha. Come on, jokes aside, I genuinely think it was a lucky goal. Keeper should have done better. Maybe she just saw her and didn't know.
She had to take it though. Even if the goalkeeper didn't do what she should have done,
yes,
the striker did. Bethany did do what she should have done.
Yeah. Guys, in fact, everybody's a bit behind, but even my system's behind. Let's update it should update automatically. There we go. It has now. So, Michael. Let's say, read them and weep, Michael. Read it and weep. Where's your Austria now, eh? Swimming in the Blue Danube, I believe. They're certainly not doing it in the Manchester Ship Canal.
I think the goal will calm England down as well. It puts them obviously in an advantage and just calm everything down. Now keep it for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Don't do anything silly, and then obviously go and try and get a second goal.
We needed that just to settle our nerves, didn't we?
I think so, yeah. Oh, sad.
Mike says the BBC Sport coverage is so bad, the commentary is behind the gameplay. I forgot what it's like to watch a match where the commentary matches the gameplay because it's never because it's a fire stick.
Yeah, I think watching it on your dodgy stick. That's why.
Yeah, you see, they're just showing goal line technology. Oh, I tell you what, it was bloody close. It was close. Fair play to the Austrian defender. She nearly actually got there. Just what they needed just to settle it down.
I think I needed it to settle down as well.
Yeah. James and Helen are having a Liverpool chat about Goodison Park. They're going to make it into a travellers' park, aren't they, James?
I went to watch City at Goodison Park
last season.
I never expected. Yeah. I never expect New Year's Day. Never expected to sit on a wooden seat. What's that all about? Wooden seats.
I mean, it's up there with Burnley, that isn't it?
So uncomfortable. So uncomfortable.
Is that allowed these days? Wooden seats with health and safety?
Apparently so.
Yeah.
The game was trash as well. It was a rubbish game. We didn't win though.
It's just Merseyside. They haven't got. Maybe they haven't got metal up there yet.
Yeah.
I joke, Helen and James. I joke. Ooh,
We need to get some from them.
Taking one to the tummy, that Austrian player. Looks to be in a bit of pain. I think she'll be all right.
Yeah, she's okay.
Ooh.
Must have hurt though, to be fair.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, we said the other day, I mean, that if that had been Harry Maguire defending, he'd have been down, he would have rolled over 3 or 4 times, done a pirouette, and looked up to see what his score was. 6.5, 6.6. She got up and got on with it. Well done, girl. Well done.
Oh.
It was Beth Mead who got the England goal. Yorkshire lass.
Yeah, indeed.
Yes. I always think these first games is amazing because they usually don't. They haven't got it in Qatar because they're giving Qatar the night games, which is funny. You know, when Argentina won the World Cup in Argentina, I think it was 78 or something with all the ticker tape. You may be too young to remember, but
Yeah, I'm too young. I wasn't born.
Oh, well, there you go. You won't remember it, will you? Thank you. But, it was in Argentina. Argentina had all the evening games.
Oh, okay.
Polo at
Give
night.
themselves
Yes.
an advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't born till 84. And the first major tournament I really truly remember was Euro 96.
Wow.
Italian 90, I kind of remember, but very really hazy. And I think I know more about Italian 90 from what I've seen afterwards than what I actually remember from the actual games themselves.
Grandad, we love you. That's what we. You probably don't even remember that song, so I don't know what I'm singing it for. James said he sat on a wooden seat for 15 years there, Louise.
Yeah.
I'm used to it. 60% possession for England now. I think we're slowly taking control of this game.
Yeah, for sure. What I do like about Goodison though is it's a proper old-fashioned ground where you're dead near to the pitch.
Is it?
Yeah, that I did like.
Just like Millwall.
Well, they don't need to sort the seating out, do they? Because they're moving. So, but.
Yeah, exactly. Let's hope that when they do move, they'll be in the Premiership to enjoy it. Sorry again, James.
Yeah.
Cheap shot. I know, James. I'm sorry.
They're banking a lot on Calvert-Lewin to be fit at the moment.
Yeah, James, you're quite right there. Getting that goal has settled them down 100%.
Yeah.
BBC just said it was definitely a goal. And she said it was all I can say is that was an unbelievable bit of play from England. Frank Kirby comes back and does exactly what she does best. She's cut inside from the left-hand side in the inside 10 position and dinked the ball over the Austrian defence with an unbelievable bit of skill.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
And that's just what it needs. You just need that spark to get that first goal.
Yeah.
And then hopefully they'll go from strength to strength, and it looks like they will do.
The crowd are getting excited now as well. It's great, this. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for the women. They deserve this.
Sorry, I'm sitting on my sofa and I'm like...
You're sinking down into it, are you? I think I'm spending too long in my bed because I've got one of those memory phones. But every time I get in it, there's a big dink where I sleep. Oh, I remember you. You're that big fat arsehole that sleeps on the bed.
Well,
it's
the most uncomfortable thing.
That was a good cross. Oh, it was a lot wider than I thought at the end.
Yeah, me too. I was like putting my arm up thinking she would scored. And
yes. Let's hope we don't regret that.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Who will score next? I'm going to say... Oh, I can't say. It won't let me. I'm going to vote England if I'm allowed to vote. I mean, Austria probably said that they qualified as runners-up in their group, but they have got they were semi-finalists last year. We mustn't forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was lucky. Bit of ping pong there, and breaking away again, England. I feel like I shouldn't be telling you this because you've seen it anyway. And then Austria get.
And I'm trying not to say anything because you've not seen it.
you go for it. You just go for it. Don't worry. I remember the first watch along I did was the Forest FA Cup game.
Yeah.
I did it with Steve Lynex. He says, "Don't worry, I won't say anything. I'm advanced of you." of course, every time they scored, it was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" What? You know? Well, thanks, Steve.
Can't
Yeah.
keep it in, especially against the trees.
Yes. Oh, I know. I see Derby have made some signings. They made 2 more than we have.
Yeah, but players are a lot cheaper where they are.
That is true. That is true.
Come on, England.
There's a corner for Austria. Golden chance for White. James, it was indeed. And yes, Ellen says we should be 3-0 up. Like I say, let's hope these things don't come back and bite us on the bottom.
Yeah, 1-0 is always a kind of dodgy scoreline, isn't it? Because if they do score the next goal, that puts all the pressure back onto England.
See, now that's something I'm not used to seeing. Decent defending from a corner. Lucy Bronze, she's been. I mean, how long has she been playing?
A long time.
Yes.
When I first started getting into the women's game, she was playing, and she was kind of just breaking through. And I've been following England women for like must be 10 at least now. No, probably more than that. And yeah, she's still playing. I think you need that though. You need a bit of experience, and also like for the fans, it's good that they have players that are playing for that long because you can kind of get to know them. You can get to know their personalities, and that makes you buy in then to the game and to the team.
Indeed, yes, yeah.
You know from like club football, if you've got someone who's been at your club for a long time, you automatically kind of go with them, don't you?
You do. And like you say, you just get used to them, don't you? And you remember.
You know what to expect from them as well, like how they're going to play. And
I mean, just taking the free kick for me. They're putting some good passes together, England.
Yeah, like I say, the goals certainly helped. I think they're getting more and more of the ball as the game's going on, which, is good. We've got 10 minutes, have we? No, 15 to half time.
Yeah.
So maybe if they could just nick another goal, maybe.
We should, yeah. I'm never happy at 1-0. I'm not going to lie.
Could just nick another goal before half time. I think that's going to settle them down again in that second half.
Yeah. Oh, lovely turn there from the England player. That's his. They're taking the time. Oh, it's going back now to the halfway line, but we've kept possession. There's some neat passing play here. I don't know if Mike's still in. He's gone quiet. Maybe he's choked on he's choked on his ultra spicy pizza. Oops.
Maybe he's breathing fire like a dragon.
Yes. Well, he's Welsh, isn't he? He could well be.
But I'm not going to lie, that pizza did not sound good to me.
Nor to me. It has made me feel hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
She's passionate, old White, the number 9, isn't she?
Yeah, and that's what's so great about her.
Yes.
Is that she is very, very passionate about scoring goals, just in general, not obviously for England, but for her club as well. That's all she wants to do, and she's the leading goal scorer for a reason.
Yeah.
You can have all the talent in the world. If you're not willing to put the work in, you won't get anywhere.
Exactly. So we're into the last quarter of the half, a third of the half. They're very good at switching the play, aren't they? From one side to another.
And it's just like you say, it's just now it's controlled. Whereas those first few minutes, probably 10 minutes, it was just too fast. They were going too fast for their own good. And they settled it down, looking for that space to try and get behind them, and having some success with it. So.
Yeah, you're quite right there, Helen. Yeah, England playing more freely, definitely. Through again. Oh, that was well taken down. Oh, straight into the goalkeeper's hands.
Yeah, just could have deserved being. I think they need to use the wide players more because they're congesting Austria defending so packed in at that centre of the defence. They need to get it wide, try and get behind.
And they have been doing that well. Which has, to me, it's all been down the left. Well, most of it's been down the left-hand side.
Left-hand side, yeah.
It's like watching Leicester again, isn't it? Yeah,
no,
exactly,
they can defend corners.
Yeah.
It's not like watching Leicester at all. They can defend corners.
A hopeful punt up there from England, but he got the ball out of our half.
Oh. It's either going to be like 5 or 6, or it's going to be 1-0. Like,
yeah.
I think when they get the second one, then Austria's heads are going to drop.
I take it from that reaction that we've just come close, or we've just missed one we should have scored. Quite often with these games, though, like they get the one. I've seen this with sort of the England men's team, and then suddenly we may get 2 or 3 in the last 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
because we're wearing them down.
Yeah, I mean, when you're kind of trying to man mark and stuff all the time, that's bound to wear your legs out eventually.
Yes.
You know, they are human beings, and obviously England keeping the ball is saving their legs. So in theory, yes, it should pay off back end of the game, but I don't want it to go to the back end of the game 1-0 because that's just dangerous.
Of course it is, yes. Yeah, I think we're just not being clinical enough in that last third.
Yeah, the build-up play is really good. It's just like saying that last pass or that last kind of bit in front of goal that's not quite working out.
I was waiting for the Austrian player to come running down the left-hand side then. I was like, no, just passed it into an empty space, you know. Tomorrow night, if I know you're watching the football, Louise, but we've got a show at 9 o'clock. Snog, marry, avoid.
Right.
But basically, we're going to be looking at we're going to the Leicester team, starting with the squad, and instead of snog, marry, avoid, it's going to be like keep, sell, or loan. So it's decide what we do with all the players.
There'll be some interesting conversations there, I think.
I think there could be, yes.
I think there's players that will stay that could have gone, and I think vice versa. There'll be players that go that could have stayed.
Hmm.
But you know, at the end of the day, he's got to do what's best, what he thinks best for the squad, and that's what it always.
At the end of the day, he's the manager. You know, it rests on his. You know, he stands or falls by the decisions he makes. And you know that's why he's paid the big bucks.
Yeah, that's right. And it's football is subjective. That's why I love it so much, because I can think players, great, and you can think he's totally trash.
Yes.
And that's why it makes for such good conversations all the time, because it's like any sport, it's subjective. You have your favourite players and your favourite teams. And
I did make a mistake last night after we finished our show, and I was uploading the link to Instagram. And I don't know if you know Luca at all. He's an Arsenal fan, and he's very, very much an Arteta out. And I made a mistake, and he invited me on. I thought, yeah, I'll go on for 5 minutes. Oh, 45 minutes later, thank God, my battery was going dead on my phone. It was like, I want to see improvement. Well, haven't you improved from last year? Yes, but proper improvement. Well, yeah, it's got improvement for improvement. Yeah. Well, how long is it going to take? It took Liverpool 30 years.
What does he expect Arteta to do? He can't financially compete with Man United and Man City and Liverpool, Chelsea. They're not going to financially compete for the best players because they've not had Europe, they've not had Champions League. Yes. And that's where the money is. That's why Chelsea can afford to go and do what they do. It's because of the Champions League.
It was like, well, we need to sign players. I said, you've been signing players. Yeah, but they're no good. I just give up. It was like a father explaining, how football works to his son. It's like,
getting used to sort of pepper shakers out to try and explain offside.
Yes, exactly.
My dad did it to me. Even that's different now, though, isn't it, to what it used to be?
Yeah, definitely. He does come on the chat sometimes, but he's definitely a Wenger whinger, shall we call him? He likes to have a whinge.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Arteta's done a great job and is going to continue to do a great job. I don't know what the problem is.
Yeah. He's got to be given time. Managers after this is his first managerial job. Yeah. He had an aging squad with troublemakers in that he had to sort of get rid of and clear some players out. He's made some. I'd have loved to have bought Jesus this season. I tell you, that's an excellent signing for them. But it's a long process.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, football has become more and more kind of segmented. You've got that top 3 or 4, then you've got like the middle bit, and then the top half of the bottom half, and then the bottom of the bottom half. And
yes,
it's because of money. There's no other reason. It's all because of money.
Yeah, definitely.
What were Man City before they got this oil money? Nothing.
No, they were down.
In the third division.
We were in the third tier, weren't they? Apparently, Arsenal are coming back in for Yuri Tillemans. It was an old story that the Sun rehashed today from June. They couldn't even be bothered to rewrite it. They just reposted it.
I love it and I hate it. I hate the transfer window because there's so much BS that goes around. I think half the stories are just purely made up by sports pages. So yeah, I just don't believe anything until I see it officially from the club.
Well, some good news here, and I didn't see this earlier. But Jamie Vardy has revealed he wants to extend his Leicester City contract beyond next summer.
Who does, sorry?
Jamie Vardy.
Jamie Vardy. Yeah.
The 35-year-old is due to see his current deal expire in 12 months' time, who wants to continue his Leicester career beyond that point. if he can continue scoring goals in the Premier League and maintain his fitness.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line. Eventually he's going to become a bit player, and if he's happy to do that, it happens to the best of players.
It does.
Does he want to take the step down and get more football? That'll all be decisions that he'll have to make. But yeah, I don't see a problem with extending his contract past that year.
Yeah. As I've said, if you can imagine that you have been, as a defender, defending against Daka for 70 minutes, and he's not exactly slow, is he? And then you think, oh, thank God he's going off. Brilliant. Oh, shit, Vardy's coming on. He comes on for those last 20, 15 minutes. He's going to be,
It's got to come from him that he's willing to do that.
Yes, yes.
Is he going to be willing to do that? He's had a career that he probably never dreamed of already, winning the Premier League, playing for England. Is that enough for him, or does he want more? Does he want to just continue playing at the highest level he can do?
Yes.
I probably think it's the latter. I think he's going to want to play as long as he can.
Here, he openly discussed his future and asked about moving to the United States to be more involved with Rochester, New York FC, the third-tier team he co-owns. At the end of the day, first and foremost, my priority is Leicester City, and it always will be, Vardy told Football Joe. That's what it comes down to, making sure I give my all day in and day out for Leicester, and long may that continue.
Yeah, long may that continue indeed.
Indeed. Well done, Jamie.
And the thing about, I love about Jamie is he obviously has loyalty and senses to Leicester.
Yes.
Saying things like that, I want, it's my main priority. But also the fact that after that season we won the league, he could have gone to like Arsenal.
Yes.
I think even Man United had interest in him as well, and he never went, and he never showed any sign of wanting to go.
Exactly. I mean, a funny thing, like I said, I've got Lee Judges hopefully coming on Sunday at 5:00 from AFTV, Arsenal Fan TV. I'm going to say, is it third time lucky? Because Vardy, you didn't get Vardy, you didn't get Maddison, you might just get Tillemans now.
Yeah, thank God Leicester's closer to Coventry than London is.
Yes. Ras, it actually did. It showed the goal, and it showed that the ball had crossed the line. It was fully across the line, Ras.
It was originally given, and they looked at it. If it hadn't gone over the line, they wouldn't have given it.
No.
Oh.
I thought you'd broken down then, Raz. You were having difficulty typing VAR, weren't you? That should have been two. That should have been two.
To be fair, the goalkeeper did then what she probably should have done for the first goal.
Raz, I'm sorry, mate. You were wrong. It was well over. Well, it wasn't well over. It was close. The Austrian defender did well to nearly get it. But look at half time and you'll see that the ball was fully over the line.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll show it again at half time.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Yes. Oh. Okay. I need a toilet break, so I'm going to go do that.
Oh yeah, you carry on. Oh, it's hot. Has it gone half time?
Just yet.
Indeed. Half time. England 1, Austria 0. Like Lou said there, we are going to go and have a little bit of a water break, water the plants, drop the kids off at the pool, etc., etc. We will be back in the not too distant future.
Yeah, but being smiling with her goal, and of course that would have settled the nerves as well for England.
And we're back. He says if he presses the right button. Yep, there we go. I mean, Raj is still saying here, we got it wrong. I mean, there's a well-known saying in football, Ras, you should have gone to Specsavers. That's what you should have done. They've just shown it again, goal line technology. It was over.
It was over.
It was over.
There was, and there was distance between the ball and the line as well. It wasn't like touching the line.
No,
It was well over the line.
Helen says here should be 4-0 at half time. I just hope we don't come to regret that. Whether it should have been, probably 4, but I think at least more than the 1, shouldn't we?
I think at least 2.
Yeah.
If you're not going to score with every opportunity you have, but they should have more goals than what they have.
Yes.
But we can't worry because they're making the chances. They're not sitting back and trying to defend a 1-0 lead.
Yeah.
They're going forward and trying to make more chances. So, yeah.
No, exactly.
Pretty happy, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it's the first game. Result is the most important thing, and performance is almost second to it because you don't want to be chasing the group, and this puts pressure on the 2 that play tomorrow to try and get a result to kind of keep with England. So.
Yeah, it has been a good half though, and Helen and James are saying here it was a good half for them, very entertaining and lively, and that's what it's all about. It has been an exciting watch. It does need to be more represented in the domestic leagues, and I think it's growing. It's getting there. I think Liverpool have just got promoted, haven't they, to the Women's Premiership. So we'll see how you get on next season with that, Helen. But
the games are all on Sky now, so if you want to watch England football, there is no excuse not to do it. Whereas before, you had to try and go on some random site to find like women's games, if you could find it even there. Now it's right on Skybox, just the same as the men. So
it needs a big company behind like Sky, or it needs to be covered nationally. Don't forget, guys, we are covering the Women's Euros 2022 here, and we're doing it in conjunction with 3retro.com, your one-stop retro shirts and vintage football clothing store online, shipping worldwide, even to Liverpool. www.3retro.com. 3 Retro, as in the number 3 there. They do club and they do international as well. And this is where I got this top from, was from 3 Retro. This again, you were saying before about football and it's all about opinions and whatever. This is what I like. Now you've got the Sun newspaper and you've got Sky Sports. Basically, both owned by the same company. Both part of the Murdoch. Now, the Sun, as I say, they rehashed an old story and updated it. Their headline is exclusive, tie the knot, Arsenal to offer 30 million for Yuri Tillemans to fight off interest for Man United. On the Sky Sports page, Arsenal interest in Tillemans cool. 1 year extra extension more likely. I mean, it's the same bloody company, 2 different stories. That is what we call the silly season.
Yeah, well, I'm more inclined to believe Sky Sports than I am the Sun, even though they're the same company.
I know this is a strange thing, isn't it? It's both of them are better than 90minute.com. Let's.
Well, that's what I mean.
Also, do think England's women's team was banned from competing many years ago. They've come a long way to putting the ban behind them. I don't remember that. Was that true, Lou?
I don't remember it, but I've got no reason to doubt Helen.
No. We'll go with you on that one, Helen. We trust your knowledge. But let's have a look at that first half. So 61% possession we had. 7 shots to Austria's 2. 3 shots on target to Austria's 0. And we didn't commit any fouls either. So we're on top, aren't we?
Yeah, and that's the bottom line. We are. Sometimes in international football, you can't always go and win 4 or 5. You've got to grind people's out sometimes, and they're not grinding it out because they're quite clearly, like you say, on top. So
yes,
I'm really confident there'll be a lot more England goals in the second half.
I get yes. I mean, I don't know Austrian football at all, men or women's, but I'm guessing the fitness level, and I'm not disrespecting them here, but their fitness level might not be the same as the English players. And I think once we get into the second half, depending on how the subs are dealt with, I think, like you say, we should then start to, pick them off and get a goal, because they've got to come out now and try and get something, even if it's a draw.
Yeah, that's the thing. They can't sit back for the whole game because they won't win. They get anything from it. So they're going to have to come forward, which in turn will hopefully obviously open up the back for England to have more success in that attacking third.
Yes. Alex Scott here, former England and Arsenal defender. They weathered the storm. Austria want to spoil England's party. England grew in confidence into the game. A lot of England's players come down the left, and we said that ourselves, didn't we? Yeah. Our wingers come in and create problems for defenders.
I think they need to do something about that right side there because it's all coming down the left. That is obviously a benefit to Austria even. I'm talking.
We only got 1 goal. We're playing 22 players.
Yeah, it obviously gives them a chance to know where they're going to go, where they're going to stay, and defend better if it's all coming down one side.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe a little change on that right side needs to happen just to give them some change up.
It does, like you say. If they know what they're doing, they'll get that left-hand side blocked. Will Austria? Let's hope they don't. That's the thing.
Yeah, and like I say, it's so difficult at 1-0 because it is that precarious place, isn't it? Like it's just the 1 goal. If they do score, do England then panic? I think they might. So yeah, getting that second goal is really important. They need to just do it as quick as possible in the second half, and just keep going as they have done. I mean, they've played really well in this half. I'm really happy with how they've played. Some really good football and a goal. So you can't complain too much, but just need it to continue.
It's 3 points whether we win 1-0 or 5-0 at the end of the day. But obviously, another goal would have just been nice. But apart from that, it was really almost the perfect half.
Yeah, and I think the play deserved another goal. The play deserved another goal.
Yes.
So yeah, disappointing in that aspect. But like I say, they're on top of the game. I'm not sitting here panicking that Austria are going to score.
No. They haven't looked dangerous, have they?
One. No, but again, that one just moment where you switch off can create a problem. So they need to stay switched on at the back and just keep playing like they have done.
Yes. I'm just seeing if I can get the graphic for that goal up. I can't at the moment. But here we go. We're coming out. Well, not coming out. We are out for the second half. We are leading 1-0 by Mead's goal after 16 minutes with an assist, as if you didn't know, by Kirby.
What an assist as well! What an assist!
It was, wasn't it? Yeah. I mean, I know we said about how suspect England looked at the back at the start, and I think we could probably put that down maybe to nerves. But Austria haven't offered anything up front at all, have they?
I mean, they had a few chances, didn't they, in the very first half that didn't quite come off for them. And if they had, obviously that would have changed the game.
Yes.
Not particularly, no. Like I say, I'm not here worried that we're going to concede like 2 goals and lose the game. I'd be really disappointed if they lose this game. From this position that they're in, a goal in front, on that front foot, totally bossing the game, I'd be really, really disappointed if they lost it now.
Yeah. But this is England, so we never know. Overall, England have played well, says James. Missing that second goal, but a win to start the Euros is all that is required. Same as with all the nations, indeed. And Helen says, "Come on, you lionesses!" Yes. Another half like that will do. I mean, she's getting a bit irate. Is the old England manager? I'm not saying old as in age old. Just see that as a saying. It will be interesting to see how Austria take this second half, because they do have to come out and have a go at England, and that might just leave them. Our counterattacks have been quite quick.
Yeah, and from an Austrian point of view, you might as well lose by 2 or 3 as to 1. Again, the points wise, it's the same. I don't think this group is going to come down to goal difference, but maybe that is a consideration. Maybe they are happy just to keep it at the 1-0, but on the attack now. So,
I mean, I can remember I used to coach one of my son's football teams when he was growing up, and I was an FA qualified coach, grade 1, which in real terms is like a enthusiastic dad level. But it did allow you to go and actually, because obviously you got to be checked and everything, so it allowed you to do that. And I can remember we lost to one team, something like 6-7-0, and then when it came back, the manager was off. I didn't play everybody. To my mind, they were 15 years old. This is football. This is how it works. You don't just get a game for turning up. So I kept the best players on, and I think we lost 2-1. And those players walked off like they'd won. They'd go from losing 6-7 to only losing by the 1 goal. So I suppose from Austria's point of Arsenal, I was going to say then, from Austria's point of view, if they can keep the score down, I suppose it does help their confidence.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see this game being a thrashing. Like 2-0 to me is not a thrashing, but yeah, again, it's how you see it. Do you want to top this group? If you do, you're going to have to beat England.
Yes, yeah.
And probably Norway as well when they play them. They're going to have to beat them to qualify. Yeah. So do you take that risk, like you say, and get a good thrashing? Which I don't think this game's going to be that. But at the same time, that's what you've got to kind of do with the man.
We're not going to see another 20-0, are we? Let's be honest.
No.
No. And again, I mean, we're not even 5 minutes into the half yet. This is always going to happen, isn't it? They're going to come at us first of all. We just got to hold steady for a few minutes. For those first 15 minutes, just make sure we don't give anything away. Yeah, we are, as Helen says there, we are being sloppy.
We are.
Unlike Steven Gerrard, who was slippy. Sorry, Helen. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I could not resist. It was there. It was an open goal. It had to be nodded in. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, Austria being 1-0 down, they've had to come out and they've had to go at us. And I think we've just got to sort of not do anything stupid or give anything away for those first 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, and it's just getting your feet back into the game, so to speak, isn't it? Like,
Yes.
remember what you were doing that was good before.
Yeah. Yeah. How often have we seen sort of Leicester? Oh, nice. Oh, it's England on the edge. I take it. I'm on 50 at the moment. I take it you're still ahead.
I'm nearly on 51. I'm on 50, 55.
Oh, you're 20 seconds ahead of me. It's not.
No, that's all right.
It's not too bad. If you didn't know, you couldn't tell that you weren't watching England's men here, and that's not a disrespect to England's men. That is actually a compliment to England's women. Another shot there. It was a bit easy for the goalkeeper just to collect.
Oh.
I just hope we don't. Oh, it's really weird because I've got the sound off. I can't tell whether there's a whistle or not.
Oh.
and I can't have the sound on because it's too close to the microphone. It would pick everything up. So yeah, the player goes down. I've got to wait and see whether the referee's blown or not by the reaction of the players. Oh, that's a lovely ball out on the right wing now.
Yeah, it seems
down the right. Oh, a nice ball. Nice ball. Oh, that was a nice ball in. And the Austrian defender did well. I think she just got a foot in front of the England player. And we're still having a go. Oh, was that holding on now? I don't think it was. The referee's ignoring it. We pass it back, but we do keep control.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying this game.
Me too.
Oh no, it's a goal kick. It was a corner.
It's not. It's not. It's a corner, but it's been given as a goal kick.
Oh.
It's a big corner.
Yeah, it was. See, to my mind, shouldn't VAR be saying, "Oh, not kicked off yet. It's a corner."
Yeah, it's so difficult with VAR because they're picking and choosing where to use it, and they're saying, well, yes, obviously, if a penalty is a big decision, of course it is, but all decisions can lead to goals.
Yes.
I'm glad the referee's letting the game flow. There's not been a tackle that's been like super bad.
No, exactly what Helen said there. She's letting the game flow. James said, and you've got to give some credit to the women because the women aren't going down every time. A player farts next to them. They are getting on with it.
That can only help referees to make the right decisions. And this is what I say about the men's game. If you want the referees to make the right decisions in the first place, stop trying to cheat them. Exactly.
I mean, I still say, as I say, VAR, they hadn't taken the goal kick. You had one look at the replay there. You didn't have to have 20 angles. You could see it touched the Austrian defender's foot.
Yeah.
Through to the ref, that's a corner, ref. Blow your whistle. Don't take the goal kick. I mean, that, it doesn't take a 5-minute decision as to, with a goal or a penalty. It was, but obviously, like you said, the referee didn't see it. Whether it's going to be this clear and obvious, but to me, that was clear and obvious.
Well, it only took the TV to show us one angle to see that it was a corner.
Yeah.
So
100%. I think the fact that no English VAR refs are going to the World Cup speaks volumes.
That's interesting.
Agree with you 100% here. James, the players just get on with it. unless they get a serious injury or something, unlike the men's teams who go down by just a tap on the shoulder. Can't
Yeah,
argue
if
with
they
that
get
at all.
genuinely fouled, then they go down. You know, they're
Yeah.
not observed, like they're not totally against going down, but they go down when there is a foul.
Yes.
Like when Kirby got a foot stood on, she went down. Well, that's okay because that is a foul. Like, they're not trying to cheat the ref. They're not trying to cheat the game. They're not trying to cheat the opposition. They're just, that's a foul, so they go down.
Yes. Oh, the Austrians are warming somebody up here. I think they should make men's football, get all the teams in tomorrow morning and make them watch this game in training.
And again, the women's game is totally different. The problem with the men's game is the money involved in it.
Yes.
That's why people try and cheat. And I think there's a culture as well in the men's game of if you can get away with it, then do it.
Yes. Yeah. You miss Salah off that list there, Helen. Yes, they dive like Kane, Sterling, and others. You don't spell Salah Others.
Vardy's done it. Vardy's cheated.
Maddison, we know Maddison. You know he's been caught out.
But they get in like a circle, don't they? Because one player does it and gets away with it, and then it's like, well, if they're doing it, I've got to do it. And then that causes another player and another player, and that's how you end up with the circle. If they just give them a red card, you fell over, or you dived, there's a yellow card. It will just stop it straight away.
You know what? I mean, I'm a great advocate of this. Is that they sit down after the game, the VAR referees sit down and they watch the game again, and if they see that they've missed, say like, oh, that was given as a free kick, and in fact he dived, and it was so an obvious a dive, give them a retrospective red card. I'll tell you something, the managers will soon be fed up with the players getting bans, and they'll soon kick it out.
I don't even think it takes red cards. Yellow, I think, is enough to stop it. It will never happen.
I'd go for a straight red, no messing about. So that's it, you're off. I saw it, but yeah, the managers would soon get fed up with it when they started missing players, wouldn't they?
Of course, yeah. And it is cheating. Like, it is cheating. And you know when I think it was Roberto Carlos playing for Brazil, and he was taking a corner.
Oh God, I was thinking of that. Yes.
That was supposed to be, simulation was supposed to be hit really hard then. And that's what, 20 odd years ago, probably now.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you can remember Christian Fuchs throwing against an Arsenal player.
Yeah, I can.
And he wouldn't get out of the way, and he threw it at him, and he went down like he'd been hit by a sack of spuds. So Austria made the first substitution of the game.
She just gave away a free kick.
So I'm not sure who the substitution has been. It's not.
Yeah, England look like they're warming up their subs now.
Right. So here, this is the opener. This is Rachel Brown, ex-England goalkeeper. Now I remember her. I remember that name. This is the opening game of the tournament. People are going to see where England can be got at, their vulnerability. It's here for everyone to see. The scouts and all the players are watching. I think that's a bit obvious, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's such, again, a difficult thing because you've got to focus on your strengths, but you do have to also look at the other team's weaknesses. And there's so much done now, and a lot of these players already know what each other are about because they're playing the same leagues. They either play the women's SWL, or they play in the Bundesliga, the women's Bundesliga. So they all know each other, these top players. It's not like they don't know
No.
how each other
Well,
play.
if
Or
I'm
what
the
they go
Northern
on, but-
Ireland or the Norwegian manager, I'd be watching this. I wouldn't be doing my job if I wasn't.
Exactly, yeah. 1000%.
And you know who you go. I mean, we did the draw yesterday, didn't we? We played all the games, so you
Yeah.
can easily work out. And it's not difficult to say that England and Norway will get out of the group. So you know that that if you're Spain, think, well, I might get them in the next round, so I'm going to watch the England game.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I mean,
a bit of
it's bound
stating
to
the obvious,
happen. It's bound
really.
to happen.
Now, somebody just messaged the BBC. England have been really poor in the final third tonight. Nerves or good Austrian defence?
Both, I think, in all honesty. Again, this is the biggest crowd these women will have ever played in front of. It's going to have a bearing on it. The fact that it's the opening of the tournament, the fact that it's at home, all those things go into it.
Yeah.
And they have been, again, not clinical. They've not been clinical.
They've not been clinical enough. Yeah. Yeah.
They are still making those chances, and that's why I'm not worried. They're still making those chances. They're going to bring on 3 subs as well with attacking intent. They're trying to win this game. They're trying to get that second goal. And, that's all you can ask for. You just need to be careful.
Helen's asking there, I don't know if you know, is it 5 subs in the Euros for the women?
I have no idea, but that sounds probably right.
Well, I have a feeling because England are bringing 3 on in one go, that is a bit risky if you've only got 3 subs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's more than 3 if they're bringing 3 on now with
So Helen, I guess 5 is the obvious one because that's what everybody's changing to.
Right.
We are a bit sloppy at the moment. We've not, we've it's 15 minutes into this half now. We've kind of weathered the storm, but we're not. There's a couple of passes going astray.
Yeah, and I think that's why she's trying to freshen it up with these subs as well.
Yeah.
To try and kind of settle them all back down and get them back into that passing.
Are they being made now, the subs? So I was just looking away. Yeah. Do this England manager, she's not afraid of making the big calls, is she?
Not at all, no. The fact that she's left Steph Houghton, who's been England's captain for so long, the fact that she didn't take her in the squad, even though she was fit, she was signed off fit to play, not taking her because she's literally just come back from injury.
Yeah.
That's a big call. That is a big call she's made.
And that's the call you wouldn't see an England man's manager making, I don't think.
No. Well, we've always took, half fit players, haven't we, to World Cups and stuff. England men's side.
Brian Robson. That was it. Yesterday when I was talking about Bobby Robson, I meant Brian Robson. He scored after 2 minutes against France. Not Bobby, Brian. Just come to me then. There
was Wayne.
Wayne Rooney,
wasn't fit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But again, there is a lot more pressure on an England men's manager.
It is, but we know that if you take an unfit player, then you might not, get every game out of him.
Again, that's something that the manager's got to decide, isn't it? Is it worth having that player there to play 20 minutes at the end to win you the game? Or do you, you leave them behind and take someone that's fit?
Yeah. And that was a lovely move then by England Mead's gone off. They've taken the goal scorer off.
They have. They
And
also
White.
taken yeah.
White's off as well.
Like I say, you've got to remember that this is hopefully a 3-week tournament for England. So
Oh, yes. Yeah.
you've got to look after the players, especially Kirby. She's coming back from injury. You don't want her getting injured again.
No. Well, she's been replaced by Ella Toon.
She has had problems with her stamina and her general fitness, which is why it's a little surprising she's actually in the squad. But she says she's fit, and I mean, she's played well tonight. So,
well, Kirby, Mead, and White have all come off. Toon, Kelly, and Russo have all come on. And like I say, and you know, I've just said, you know, we are wasting the chances. I mean, there's a lovely move then, but it was that final pass that let them down. But we don't look troubled.
No, and that's the thing.
Yes.
But when it's 1-0, there is always that chance, and that's why they need this second goal.
There is, but I think that's, you know, worth taking the risk with bringing the other players on, like you say.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a corner for England at the moment. A short corner. England retain it. Up into the box. Austria kick it out. So we're still looking at 1-0 England. Mead scoring after 16 minutes and with a assist by White. Assist by Kirby. I do apologise. I mean, we've still got 63% of the possession, and we've still, you know, we've had 10 shots to their 4.
That's why I'm not like majorly stressing about it, but at the same time, that second goal just gives you that barrier that if they do happen to score for whatever reason, you're still in front in the game.
Yeah. A story of England's game, the BBC say, good openings but poor execution when it matters.
Yeah, I mean, that's just disappointing straight to the gloves of the goalkeeper.
They've also said here, you know, fresh legs and ideas to test the Austria defence with the substitutions.
Hopefully that's what'll happen, yeah. And again, like I say, it's hopefully a long tournament for England, so
exactly, yeah.
You've got to use your squad, it's what they're there for. Also, it gives her a chance to actually look at these players in the tournament. Obviously, she will have done before, but to actually see how they handle the actual tournament situation is
totally different when, you know, you're playing, I believe, in a competitive match to playing in a friendly.
Oh. Yeah, for sure.
Helen says 20 minutes to go. Is there going to be more goals? I would love to say yes, Helen, but I don't know. But we are
another goal.
Sorry?
You know, how on top England have been, they do deserve another goal. But
yes. Yeah.
Generals get
that was just over then, I think.
Yeah, just over.
I mean, you know, I know I'm going to go out on a limb and say this, but we're looking so comfortable. But I know 1-0 is never comfortable. But if there is a comfortable 1-0, I think we're watching it now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, England play next Monday, I think it is, isn't it? Next Monday, we play Norway.
Yeah.
At Brighton. So, yeah, you know, like you say, you know, it's tournament football. It's more than one game a week. And if you're looking, you know, at any club that's playing Europe midweek, Premier League weekend, they are changing the team round and making substitution.
Yeah, and like I said, that's what the squad is about. And that's the thing with this England squad as well, is that we can do that. The substitutes are good players. They are able to come on and do a job. So use them. Like, why would you not? And the other top teams will do the same.
Yeah.
Germany, Spain, all those kinds of teams will do the same. So you don't want to put yourself at a disadvantage.
No, not at all. Best player is Molly Bright, says Helen.
Yeah, she's had a good game, done everything. I find it really hard not to give Woman of the Match to Frank Kirby for that sublime bit of skill at the moment. But yeah, she's done again everything that's asked of her. I mean, the defense has not been the busiest, obviously, in this game, but kept the goals out, which is what she's there to do.
Mm. Yeah, James is just bringing us some not football update, but it's a free kick. Let's have a look at this free kick first of all. Oh no, not the oh well. It was a free kick that went in. It wasn't the best of free kicks, but it was a bad touch by the Austrian defender. But it was a terrible touch by the England striker. But she was, in fairness, stretching for it.
Yeah, I think she just lost the balance, to be honest.
Yes, no, Michael has. Michael had just said Johnson has sacked Grove. That is interesting. There's nobody left soon. They're all watching England. They're all on this channel. They're all watching it. Nothing better to do. We'll go on Leicester TV. We're not got a job to do now. We're not in the government. But he's a man on death row, is Boris. Anyway,
yeah, looking more and more like it.
Yes. Let's not talk too much about politics. I was going to say something then, but then that would take us down the politics road, and it's never a good thing to talk about politics. Austria going to cross over, headed out by England. 72 minutes gone. I can see this going down to the wire, and Austria somehow getting a late equaliser. Do you think England will be? Oh, it's a good ball. No, just a little bit too far ahead of the England striker down there. They are using both wings now more, which is good to see.
Yeah, and I think that again is probably the substitutions working a little bit.
Yes. I mean, if this ends 1-0, I mean, it's 3 points. Would you be disappointed?
If they don't win this game, they will have been really hard done by. It's been on top for so much of it.
But if it's just a 1-0 win,
I'm happy with it.
You still get a win's a win, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly.
And you've got to look at it, and you've got to say it's a free kick here in a dangerous place to Austria. Let's just watch this. Coming in left-footed. Headed out only as far as an Austrian player on the edge of the box. Yeah, then we clear it. Yeah, 3 points is 3 points at the end of the day. And I think you've got to look at these matches sometimes. And it's not all about attacking. It's how you defend as well.
Yeah.
And we go 1-0 up. Obviously, it'd be nice to get a second or third, and we should have had a second or third, in fairness, but it's about not conceding. And there's those two sides to the game, and I think we concentrate a lot of the time on the scoring, but we've got to sort of defend the leads when we get them as well. Like I say, it's not going to be another Latvia against any team in this competition because
No.
they're all here on merit. So
Exactly.
you know.
And again, like it's the opening game. It's a long tournament. Even if they were to lose this game, which I don't see happening now, but if they were to lose it, even that wouldn't be a complete disaster. Like they could still qualify in the tournament, losing this game. So we have to put it in perspective. Obviously, you want that good start, and losing the game wouldn't be ideal by any stretch. But I'd still expect them to qualify. Maybe not top the group, but I'd expect them to qualify even if they lost this game.
I would be worried if we lost the game because I think the Norway game could be a difficult one for us.
I think Norway should be as scared of England as we are of them.
And they probably are,
So,
you know, but I'm thinking that's the game that we won't necessarily lose, but it might end up a stalemate.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that game could probably end up a stalemate.
Yeah,
I mean, either
two
team could
teams that
win.
are scared of each other, sort of thing, you know.
Yeah.
Not scared of each other, but you know what I mean.
Well, when you look at that group, I mean, we did it last night. Those are the two teams that stand out, and they're
Yes.
going to know that. Like this, obviously, the groups were picked months and months ago. In fact, I think it's years ago they were actually picked because obviously this tournament's delayed. But
Yeah.
oh, stop giving it away. Oh, save.
Yeah, it was straight to them, wasn't it? 77 minutes in. Whew. Just a sidetrack. So I'm just checking the news there, and I think this Sterling to Chelsea. I think that I don't think it's a bad move for him. Well, it was a good save there. That was a good save by the England keeper, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, it was decent.
Yes, it went up, but it was because you wasn't sure because the England defender went up to head it and missed it, so she probably saw it quite late.
Yeah.
It's 4 corners each, so it's another corner for Austria. Let's see what's going to happen here. Do you think with Sterling, he had a thought maybe with Haaland joining, he's going to be going down the pecking order, so maybe it's time for me to maybe get out?
Yeah, maybe. It's a weird one for me, though, because not from Sterling's point of view, more from Chelsea's point of view. I mean, they've got money to burn, haven't they, Chelsea? So I suppose, you know, 'cause he's not a young player, is he? I mean, he's not ancient, but he's not young either. How much did they pay for it?
I'm not sure. I mean, for me, Man City selling to possibly a potential, you know, rival for the Premier League.
Yeah.
That's what I think. What was I had to sort of take a double look at.
I mean, like you say, at some point as well, Man City have to sell players. That's the thing. They've got to sell players. And because otherwise they'll get looked at again for fair play. And if they get looked at again, they won't get away with it. They will not get away with it.
No.
So they've got to be careful. How much did they spend on Haaland in the end?
It was a good deal, wasn't it? Again, I'm not 100% sure, but it wasn't as much as I thought it would actually cost them.
Yeah.
Was it 30, 40 million? It was something around there, I think. I could be wrong, though. I'm sure James or Helen will probably be able to tell me the figures. But for the player, of his ability, I thought they would end up being, having to pay a lot for him. When you come to think, it was a billion for 100 million for Grealish.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, isn't it? When you say, Maguire's worth 80, Grealish is worth 100. Like, what are you supposed to do? It's ridiculous.
Yes, that was dangerous play from England. There, we were taking a risk in the box with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is another level up from us.
Yeah.
We're on that next level down. We're not quite at the top table, but we're just at that table just off when it comes to money.
Yeah.
And we've got to think of fair play as well, because we can't spend those sort of monies because of the sort of.
If we did, if by some miracle we could do that, if we spent that on a player, we'd be playing every week.
Yes.
He would be playing every week. It wouldn't be a Grealish situation.
No, definitely not. No. Oh, that was a call for handball against the England captain there.
Yeah, I think she's just too close for it to be a penalty.
Yeah.
I think she's too close to the ball. I don't think she can
It
do
will be
anything
looked
about it.
at, but they're playing on, so.
Yeah, it was looked at. I just feel like we're using it a bit.
Yeah. James says 50 million, possibly.
50.
Yeah.
That's still ridiculous.
Google says 11.5. I think Google's wrong there.
I think his last transfer might have been 11.5.
Yeah.
I don't think this one was.
51 million. James was right. 51 million.
51 million.
Which I think is a bargain for him.
It's half of what Grealish was worth.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, how much did we waste on Slimani? Because we let him go on a free, didn't we? And I think it was 30 million.
Possibly, yeah.
And we had to, we wrote all that off. So we've got to be careful. To Newcastle or Man City, that would just be pocket change.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like, money talks, and it does. And, I wouldn't swap our owners for the world. But they can't financially compete with whole countries and, oil billionaires. Like, they can't do it.
Totally, and as Ben Jacobs from CBS Sports said last night on the news show, you've got to remember where we've come from.
Yeah.
And hopefully if we get the ground extension, that will help because we'll get more fans in, etc. But
yeah. Is that still in the plans?
Well, I don't know. Leicester Council, good God, well, councils anywhere really. But I mean, what the hell? They're going to pick the bones apart on that? They should be sort of thankful that they want to do it. But you know what Leicester Council's like. So we're just on 7 minutes to go, and it's still 1-0. And it's still 60% possession for England, 14 shots to 5. I think the telling thing is out of 14 shots, only 5 on target. I mean, there was a shot there, and it just straight at the the Austrian defender stuck a leg out, and it just went off her leg. Should be doing better than that.
I think the second half's been a bit frustrating, to be honest, because I mean they've still been on top in the game. Don't get me wrong; they 1000% deserve another goal for absolute sure, and they deserve to win the game. But when you're thinking of the caliber of teams that they're going to have to play if they want to go far in this tournament, the likes of Germany, Spain, even Norway, you cannot miss chances like they have done tonight because you'll get punished.
No. But I think if you look at, let's say, for example, the German men's team, when in any tournament, they always start off bad. They grow into the tournament.
Yeah. And group stages is difficult, isn't it? Because you can't afford to lose a game.
No.
And still qualify. So
See another cross there, straight in. It went straight down, the goalkeeper's throat.
yeah, I can't say that they've been poor. They've been poor in that very last, third.
Yes.
It's that last pass. It's that last assist to get the goal.
Yeah. Oh, it was an Austrian player down.
And that's why I'm surprised they took Kirby off, because she has that ability to do what she did for that first goal. And
yes, a couple of comments here on the BBC. 68,871 in the ground, a new record at a women's European championship. Take a bow, everybody. Linnis says this has last-minute equaliser written all over it. Yeah, I'm afraid you might be right. There are some tired legs out there. England need to keep their mind sharp, though. One big final effort to see it over the line. And Sue says, thoroughly enjoying the game. England have dominated from the start. Players are demonstrating their individual skills and connecting well as a team. Bring it on. There's clearly more to come from them in this tournament. Yeah, like we say, it's the first game. Nerves. And it's bound, bound to be an ooh. Yeah, she might well puff her cheeks out, the England goalkeeper. Yeah, James and Helen, a great attendance tonight. And it's a pleasure to see.
Yeah, I never thought that the women's Euros would get that kind of figure.
A full house, and we're not, no disrespect, but we're not talking about a, Burnley ground or, a York City ground. We're talking about Old Trafford, one of the biggest grounds in the country outside of Wembley.
Yeah.
And the fact that Wembley's sold out for the final already, isn't it? We don't even know who's there.
I didn't know it sold out already.
I think I heard it. I could be wrong. I think I heard it.
This is where the women's game is now. It should sell out. It should have been sold out years ago. Because obviously, like I say, this tournament is obviously. Oh, I need to find my remote because my TV is going to turn itself off.
Oh God! Don't. Panic! Panic!
I had it on a couple of hours. And I don't know when my remote's gone. I might miss the end of the game.
Oh, no, you can't. Well, England come forward.
Left in 5 minutes.
Well, there's 3 minutes to go. There are 3 minutes to go. So fingers crossed that you hang on for that. The England manager is looking a little bit nervous. She can't sit down. We are coming up to a minute and a half of normal time. I don't think there'll be a lot of added on time. I did notice that they did have the, those turtles at the side of the pitch.
Yeah.
In case they had an injury time.
Oh. Oh dear.
I couldn't resist. Come on, England, see this out. 45 seconds to go.
Do we know how much extra time?
I'm not seeing how much has been added on.
Oh. Come on then, England. One big last defence.
Yeah, come on. Come on, you can do this.
2 minutes.
Oh, yeah, that's probably fair, to be honest with you. 2 minutes extra time.
Yeah, there's a couple of extra bits, haven't they, for
Yeah.
free kicks and stuff.
Oh, so we are into stoppage time now.
Yeah.
Don't do anything stupid, England, like play a short pass back to the goalie, but she managed to get to it. Oh, what was that? Free kick to Austria. It has been a pleasure.
Yeah. Oh.
It has been a pleasure to see these two teams play football without the silly harassing the ref every time the whistle blows, going down, and the goalkeeper's taking it to the halfway line. Come on, England, don't do anything stupid. Clear it. Oh, there's a free kick to England. Take your time, love. So the refs had a good game.
Yeah, very good. And like's been said before, she just let it flow. It's not been stop and start. And to be fair, there was no need for it to be. There hasn't been horrible tackles or anything like that. So
not at all.
No need for it to.
Yeah.
To be
Not at
stopped.
all. I'm gonna say it's been more fun to watch than a lot of men's games.
This is, like I say, this is the standard now.
Yes.
This is the standard that the women's game is at, especially with the top teams like England.
Oh, we had it again there, but we just gave it away. It's been the story of our game, really. Now, come on, just play it around the back if you have to. Just don't do anything silly. Play her on, you kick it out, yeah. Header upfield. It's gone out for a throw in. That's it. It's all over. It's all over.
Yeah.
And as you can see, the score there: England 1, Austria 0. 60% possession, 15 shots on goal, and 5 on target. And I think that shows you England's dominance, doesn't it?
Yeah. Like I say, it would have been a travesty if they'd not won this game for the way they've played. My only thing is the clinical finishing wasn't there. And like I say, going forward, playing obviously better teams, it will need to be. But just enjoy the win. 3 points on the board. Can't ask for much more.
Indeed. It was the first game. Let's not go too bad. It's the first game, and it was a win. As James said here, full-time good game and a winning start for England. Helen, thank you for the stream. You are more than welcome. Woohoo, 3 points, top of the table until the Irish play. That's going to be interesting tomorrow. I kind of half wishing I was watching that now. But you know what? Yes, we could have scored more. But, at the end of the day, it was a win. It was the first game of the season, the biggest crowd that any of these players have ever played in. And I'm going for the Austrian one as well. It was just, I've got to say, proud of them. That will do.
Yeah, I think that the first half was better.
Yes.
I think they lost their way a little bit in that second half. Maybe the substitution didn't work, and it kind of came a bit disjointed. And again, as I said, playing the better teams, you've got to be more clinical. But the amount of chances they had, I never felt like we were going to lose the game, even though it was 1-0. And 3 points is 3 points.
It is indeed. I would imagine Ryan, who was going to the game, I did send him the link, but we haven't. I guess the signal won't be brilliant.
Yeah,
they're in a little huddle. Yeah, it's everybody's the thing of the King Power that I've even changed. I went from sort of orange to EE or whatever it was, and I still couldn't get a signal. England having a huddle in the middle. I think they can walk off there and be well pleased with their evening's work. Couple of shots that they had on target. and they dealt with it. And the goalkeeper
Yeah.
did what she had to do.
Yeah, she didn't have a lot to do, but when she did have something to do, she did it. And again, that's all you can really ask. When you're going forward so much, it's very easy to turn off as a goalkeeper, and she didn't. And when she was called upon, she was there to do her job.
I love the fact there's two girls in the crowd there. They had a poster that said goal. It was ripped down the middle. On the one on the left had the AL, and the one on the right had the GO. They needed to have checked that. That kind of fell flat. Louise, thank you so much for that. That was it was enjoyable. Your knowledge, as I say, knocks mine out the park. A great performance. Well pleased with it. Couldn't have asked for more. Well, we could have asked for more goals, but it's still 3 points at the end of the day. But as you said, I don't think it's going to come down to goal difference.
No.
And your lady of the match.
So tough. I think I probably have to give it to Bright. She did again everything that was asked of her.
Yeah.
I can't really pick a player because they all played really well. It was a good team performance, and it's hard to pick individual players out. But yeah, she did kind of lead from the back. So yeah, I'd have to give it to Bright.
Indeed. Well, as I say, thoroughly enjoyable game. And if there's any men's players and men's referees, you should watch that. Louise, thank you so much. I will see you Monday night, hopefully, for is it Norway? It is, isn't it? Norway we play next.
Is that a what's the word I'm looking for? An 8 o'clock kickoff.
I think it is. I'm just going to have a look now. England, Norway, 8 o'clock. Yeah, 8 o'clock kickoff. So tomorrow it's Norway, Northern Ireland. And
I'll be watching.
8th of July, Spain, Finland. I might come to you if you're not busy and say, do you want to do a watch along? But I don't know at the moment because I've got a show in there, and it's whether I can move that or not. But But England are top, and that's all that matters. Exactly. Louise, thank you so much. Have a good evening. Take care. And I will speak to you either later or sometime tomorrow, or if not before Monday, obviously.
All right.
Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you to Louise there. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, God, I tell you what, she knows her stuff, does Louise. Great game, 1-0 to England. Bright, lady of the match. Or did you say man of the match? I'm not sure what is politically correct to say that. Thanks to Helen. Thanks to James for modding tonight. I think he had a bit of a quiet night there. And thanks to everybody else that was watching. So, yeah, it was 1-0 to England against Austria. First game, packed house at Old Trafford. Well done to everybody that went along. You totally turned up for the team. It was good to see. Thanks to Mike, who was in the chat earlier as well. I hope your pizza wasn't as hard on the way out as it might have been on the way in. Ras, I hope you're going to go and check that. You've gone quiet, but it definitely was a goal. It was definitely over the line. Go and check it. And we will be back. We'll be back in some form tomorrow, and that might be the Snog, Marry, Avoid, or it might be the Watchalong. I don't know yet. See what mood I'm in. But thank you for everybody who was watching and listening. James Yetches, Chris and Louise, great stream. Take care. See you all soon, guys. James, will you do me a favour very quickly, if I can just ask you this? I want to do a prediction show. But I'm not having everybody on because I want to do all 20 teams. If you could email me your prediction about where you think Everton will finish next season, that would be great. Thank you very much, sir. And thank you very much for being in here and modding tonight, and everybody else that was in the chat as well. Please don't forget that we are being supported here by 3retro.com. It's been in the ticker tape all show, www.3 as in the number 3retro.com, as you can see on the screen there. It's your one-stop retro shop for retro shirts and vintage football clothing. You've got a lot of Admiral stuff, which is brilliant. I always love the Admiral stuff. I got this from there. I've got the Euros. I even got a Leicester shirt from there a while ago. So get over there. Good quality. Can't speak highly enough of it. Thank you very much, guys. Sleep well. Take care. And we'll see you tomorrow in some form or another. And remember, though, the biggest thing, please subscribe if you haven't to the channel. That would be absolutely fantastic. I would appreciate it. But please don't do anything I wouldn't do. Take care now. Good night.
Thanks for watching Leicester Till I Die. This is Chris saying goodbye and see you next time.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too or I'll be back.
Cool. I'm out of here. Ooh, that's a wrap.
Some people are on the pitch. They're thinking.